Over the last few days, I posted 9 short video about Om chanting, but shorts can only show fragments. One short can talk about the science, another about the mistakes or the timings, but I kept coming back to one simple question. Why does Om chanting actually feels like something? Not only spiritually, physically. Something shifts in the breath, the mind gets a little quieter, the body feels like it has received a signal. So this video is a complete version. The science, the traditions, the mistakes, the timings, the habit and the mystery, all in one place. Before I explain anything, I want you to experience it first. With Om chanting, explanation makes more sense after the body has felt it. So let's chant 3 rounds together. If you are somewhere private, do it out loud. If not, just follow silently. Breathe in slowly and on the exhale, let the sound come out as one long breath. Not like a word, like a vibration. Let the O open the breath. Then let the linger. Ready? Inhale. Whatever you noticed, remember that feeling. Everything else in this video is an attempt to explain that. The first thing Om changes is your breathing. When you chant properly, your exhale becomes much longer than your inhale. Slow exhalation is one of the simplest way to shift the body towards rest and regulation. Then comes the humming. The is not decoration at the end. It creates vibration felt in the chest, throat or the face. That vibration combined with slow breathing and focused attention may be one reason Om feels different from simply speaking a word. In 2011, researchers used fMRI brain scans to study Om chanting. They found reduced activity in several stress related regions, including part of the threat center and the worry circuit. Then they compared it with the simple sound. The same pattern didn't appear. That doesn't mean Om is magic, but it does suggest Om is not just any sound. The breath, the vibration, attention, and the meaning may be working together. If you chanted just now and felt almost nothing, it does not mean Om doesn't work for you. You may just be doing what most beginners do. 3 common mistakes. Mistake 1, rushing it. Om should last the full exhale. Not forced, not dramatic, just complete. 6 to 9 seconds is a good starting point. Mistake 2, keeping the sound too high. If it stays only in the throat or lips, it feels thin. Drop it lower. Let it become heavier. Feel the vibration around the sternum and the chest. You are not trying to perform a perfect note. You are trying to feel the sound from inside. Mistake 3, cutting that short. Most people spend almost the whole breath on oh and rush to But personally, the is where the vibration becomes most obvious for me. Let it linger, let it fade naturally. Don't end it with force. Just let the breath finish. Fix only these three things: slower exhale, lower vibration, longer and the practice can feel completely different. Morning and night both work, but they feel different. Morning Om is about settling your baseline. Cortisol naturally rises in the first hour after waking. That's not bad. It's your brain preparing for the day. The problem is what we add to the top: phone, messages, notification. Before the day has started, the nervous system is already reacting. Even 3 slow rounds before touching your phone can change the tone of the morning. Night practice feel different. At night, Om is less about preparing and more about releasing. The body carries unfinished thoughts, small tensions, things left unprocessed. When you chant before sleep, you are not trying to defeat the mind. You are giving it one simple rhythm to follow. Slow breathing has been linked with better sleep quality. Morning prepares you, night restores you. That said, don't take the timing as pressure. You missing a meeting, stress hit, anxiety arrived, 3 rounds right there works too. Start with whatever time you will actually keep. Consistency matter more than the perfect timings. Asian traditions prescribe 108 rounds. That number has deep symbolic meaning, but if you are just starting, don't let it become a wall. 3 slow complete rounds are better than 20 rushed ones. One study used 5 minutes of Om chanting, roughly 15 rounds, and found changes suggested increasing parasympathetic activity. So start with 3, build towards 5 minutes. If 108 calls you later, go there slowly. Never make the number more important than the quality of the breath. You have probably heard it takes 21 days to build a habit. That number came from a plastic surgeon who noticed patient took 21 days to adjust after surgery. A University College London study found the real average was 66 days, with a range of 18 days to 254 days. Most comforting finding: missing one day made no significant difference. Spiritual practice should not become another place where you punish yourself. You miss a day, you come back. That is the habit, not perfection. Returning. So, what happens when you keep coming back? Over time, meditation practices have been linked with changes in the brain's default mode network. The network active when the mind wanders, replays the past, imagine the future, build stories about the self. Thought don't disappear. This is not the goal. The grip loosens. The same thought appears, but you don't follow it as far. The same trigger happens, but the charge is slightly less. The same worry comes, but it does not owe the whole room. This is why I don't think of Om as only a calming activity. A technique gives you a feeling, a practice builds capacity. The feeling is what happens during one session. A capacity is what follows you into the rest of the day. Ancient traditions call this building a foundation. Modern science is beginning to describe it in on language. Different words, same direction. This is one part most people skip: intention. Before you chant, take 5 seconds and ask why I am doing this right now. Not philosophically. Honestly, am I calming down? Starting the day? Letting go of something? Name it. Then begin. The brain processes experience differently depending on attention and context. When you begin with intention, the practice becomes less random. You are not just making a sound, you are giving your attention a direction. In yogic language, this is close to a sankalpa, a conscious resolve before practice. In modern language, we might call it top down attention, the mind helping shape the experience. 5 seconds, name your why, then chant. One final idea, and I want to be honest that science hasn't settled this. Ancient traditions describe Om as the primordial sound. Physics shows something interesting. The earth has natural electromagnetic resonance generated by lighting activity between the earth's surface and the ionosphere. These are called Schumann resonance. The fundamental frequency sits at around 7.83 Hz near the brainwave range associated with relaxed and meditative state. We don't know that chanting Om connects you to the Schumann resonance. Ancient rishis did not have instruments, they had stillness. Deep enough stillness to perceive something that physics later measured with equipment. Whether that's coincidence or something more, I genuinely don't know. But I find it worth sitting with. Everything in this video came from curiosity. Not from trying to be a neuroscientist, not from trying to be a spiritual teacher, just from asking one question honestly. Why does Om feel like something? What I found is that the ancient and the modern don't have to compete. One speaks in the language of vibration, center, intention, return. The other speaks in the language of brain network, breath, heart rate variability, nervous system regulation, both pointing towards something simple. When you slow the breath, feel the sound, and give the mind one place to rest, something changes. May not be dramatically, may not be every time, but enough to notice. Start with 3 rounds, not for a streak, not for performance, not for anyone watching. Just to remember what returning to center feels like. You felt it in those first 3 rounds.